Listen, these 6 YouTubers made a combined income of almost $340,000 in 2020, just from YouTube AdSense alone. What? They posted all this stuff on their channel. We're just going to talk about it. Let's dive in.
Vanessa Lau, Marissa Romero, Gillian Perkins, Roberto Blake, Jessica Stansberry, Cathrin Manning, and your host, Angelique Stidhum.
Okay, there are some important things to know about the 6 people that I chose. They're in direct competition with the other. One of them made the most, and who it is will shock you. Everything you assume about your analytics may be challenged, so save your thoughts for the comments below so that we can start a conversation after. First, I'll go through each profile and point out the specific things I want you to pay attention to about each creator. You'll need to hear this first part or the next part won't make sense at all. So just kick back, grab a snack, and chill. Seriously, what's the worst that could happen? You might learn something. I promise not to waste your time. I've taken the time to do the math and freaking hate math. Now you know how important this is and why I think you should know. Next, we'll cover the contrasting information. Now, here's where it kind of gets weird. Some of this information and some of the metrics that I'm going to cover aren't in your YouTube studio. This is just something that I put together to be able to compare. So you'll have to pay attention to how I got these figures or you're going to kind of be lost. So I'm going to tell you my theory on what I think is the most important factor out of this equation. And then afterwards, let's jump down in the comments below and discuss what you thought was going to be the most important. Were you right? Regardless though, it would be really cool to hear what you think in regards to channel size and AdSense revenue. It'd be even cooler if you would share yours so we could all learn. All of these creators recently released on their channels a what YouTube paid me in 2020 video. So that's what I'm taking this information off of, and those are the only values that I had to be able to compare and figure out what it means when it's broken down into views, how many subs they had, and their watch time. So if you've been following any of these creators and you've been marveling at their vanity metrics, aka subscribers and view counts, I can assure you, you're gonna be shocked. Look, I'm not asking you to go unsub anyone. I'm just saying, watch the video, okay? First, we're gonna start with Jessica Stansberry. Something that's important to note here is that until March of 2020, she really wasn't covering a whole lot of how to grow your YouTube channel. So this is kind of a new development for her and her audience. Most importantly, her newer audience. Jessica has over 108,000 subscribers, 354 videos, and 2.5 million views for this time period. She also logged just over 166,000 hours of watch time. Here we are. Let's see what Jessica has to say.
I used to do 8-minute videos, and now most of my videos are at least 20 minutes, if not longer, and you guys seem to really enjoy that. So it's a whole big strategy. You know what? Let's just go into the computer. Okay. I'll show you more. Okay, so we're peeking at my analytics behind the scenes now. I have it set to 2020, and if I reveal this, I made $38,095.01 in 2020. But before I do that,
Let's get a notebook because Jessica is about to really get into it.
Show you 2019 in comparison to 2020. So $38,000 is what I made just from YouTube in 2020. And let's just move this over to 2019. And you can see in 2019 that I made $23,000. So there was an increase of about $15,000 from 2019 to 2020. Now listen, let's flash forward back to 2020. I was making between $70 and $100-ish a day on YouTube pretty consistently until March happened. And I've told y'all before, but March was pivotal for a lot of channels on YouTube because what happened in March of 2020? In March of 2020?
Do you know what happened in March of 2020?
Marissa, go to your computer right now. I think your channel's been hacked.
And just overnight, she woke up and her YouTube channel of 91,000 subscribers was hacked and deleted. Hacked and deleted.
Channel does not exist. Gone.
Marissa Romero teaches how to make money online. Her channel type is education also. She has over 152,000 subscribers, uploaded 311 videos total. And for this period, I want you to keep in mind that she had no data, no traffic, nada.
Okay, Marissa, tell us what you got.
Videos. So this past year in 2020 was a really impressive year, and I was able to double my Google AdSense revenue on this channel. Just actually made a breakdown video of how much YouTube paid me in 2020.
Let's go check it out.
So many people think that it's just as easy as hopping over to socialblade.com and being able to estimate a YouTuber's revenue. They couldn't be more wrong. Socialblade.com is super inaccurate. There's so many variables that they don't show, and every YouTuber has completely different data. So I'm changing it to 2020, and as you can see, my estimated revenue is 94,000, or the revenue earned, I guess you can say, is $94,330. And here it's interesting because you can see where my channel just fell off the map. The channel really did suffer, in my opinion, from the hacking because it took so much time. It took about, let's see, from the end of March until about the end of July to normalize and kind of get back to where it was. So this whole period, my channel was just trying to get back on its feet and trying to get back to where it was before the hacking.
I don't think I could have said it better. So thanks, Marissa.
Hashtag goals. We're getting there. Cathrin Manning used to be known as the content bug, where she would teach people about blogging and how to make money with a blog or how to build a blog. Her channel type is people. Cathrin has just over 324,000 subscribers. She's got 280 videos, has logged over 9.7 million views in this period. And something that's pretty impressive, almost 894,000 hours of watch time.
All right, let's see what Cathrin has to say.
I'm gonna share that in this video, but then for estimated yearly earnings, it's saying about $2,000 to $31,000. So without wasting any more of your time, let's take a look at my main channel and how much money I ended up earning just from my ads alone in 2020. I have 2020 selected up top here so you guys know the stats are right, and I ended up earning $88,717.64 just from my main channel alone. And as you guys can see right over here, that's from 9.7 million views. Actually, more specifically, this is the exact amount of views that I ended up earning this year. But I want to share with you guys, like, how the heck is that possible?
Don't start scrolling now.
How did I actually end up earning that much money from just this one YouTube channel?
In around October of 2019, her content type changed from being about blogs and about how to grow and market yourself as a blogger to how she's growing her YouTube channel.
The beginning of 2020, then you really watched the growth happen this past year. I ended up generating 264,000 new subscribers on my main channel, and that channel alone ended up generating 9.7 million views. I then started a vlog channel this year, which ended up getting to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and that generated over 300,000 views. So total, all of my channels, all of the videos that I launched this year, I ended up getting 10 million views, and I'm gonna share exactly how much money I made from those views on my YouTube channel. But the first place that I wanna start is Social Blade.
We're not gonna go to Social Blade.
Oh, I was just checking if you were still here. I feel like I still have popcorn on my face. Gillian Perkins also teaches how to make money online and how to start your own business. I think that's pretty much her content. Online business and how to make money online and how to grow your YouTube channel. I just adore Gillian. Gillian has over 482,000 subscribers, has published over 309 videos. For this period, she logged 8.7 million views and just over 610,000 hours of watch time.
And I want to tell you how much you could earn with a YouTube channel. But now, finally, I am a YouTuber, so I know exactly how much they earn. And let's take a look at my creator dashboard.
Let's go.
Okay, so first let's just head on into my analytics and take a look at some of these numbers. So what I'm going to do is show you how much I've earned in the entire year of 2020. So I'm just going to change this date range to be the last 365 days. Now, as I'm recording this, it's only about the middle of December or so, so this is going to include a tiny bit of the previous year, but it's going to be the entire last year. So in this last year, I earned a total of $76,708.30 in ad revenue.
Who's complaining about that?
So, first of all, just let me know in the comments, is that more or less than you would have thought a creator with my size of channel would be earning from their ads alone?
Well, put it in the comments. Let's hear what you have to say.
We're getting there. Roberto Blake, his channel type is education. He has 508,000 subscribers, over 1,200 videos total. He showed 4 million views and over 335,000 hours of watch time. Now, let's get into it.
My AdSense revenue for 2020, and this is just my AdSense. I bring this up to show you guys something very interesting. You see $40,000 here, but you only see 4 million views. And I say only because most YouTubers would not believe that with 4 million views, you could earn $40,000. The typical idea is that you need a massive amount of views to make money on YouTube.
Something's going on here, and I can smell it.
YouTube money and AdSense works and which niches are profitable. Okay. That shouldn't tell you what niche to be in, by the way. It should just give you an idea of whether you need other revenue streams other than AdSense. And if I made 3 times as much content, YouTube's exponential. So I wouldn't make 3 times as much money, Daniel. You and I have talked about this. YouTube's exponential. So if I had done, instead of 90 videos for the year, if I had done 200 videos for the year, it's not that I would have made $80,000, which would have been a significant amount of money in YouTube AdSense. It's that I would have made 6 figures in AdSense because YouTube is exponential in that way.
Do you see where I'm going with this? Can someone call Roberto and just see if he's okay? We are gonna throw Shelby Church into the mix just to make it fun so that you can see what her figures came out to be. Shelby chose her channel type as how-to. What I could find for her was 1.63 million subscribers. She's got 27.3 million views. Watch hours are 21 million. Shelby said she made $169,871. That's a lot. Hashtag, I'll take it. Now, although Vanessa did not release a 2020 income video, we're going to throw her in this comparison just because it's relative and it makes sense to do. So we're going to use those figures based off of the information that she released for her 2019 income video. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Last year, she had 161,000 subscribers and 100 videos on her channel. She logged 7.2 million in views. We don't know her watch time hours though, so we can't do some of this math, but I'll tell you what I could find. Her annual revenue for 2019 is $37,049. In her 2019 income report, she shows monetizable views, which is different. If you know the difference, then you know why she showed monetizable views and in her backend, because she's showing how much she got paid, and you only get paid for views that can be monetized. But even last year, since Marissa shared her income, I want to just be able to compare the two, some of the contrasts and difference between Vanessa and Marissa's 2019. At the end of 2019, Marissa had 68,000 subscribers. Vanessa had 161. Marissa had 200 videos, which is twice the amount Vanessa did. And although Vanessa had 7.2 million views, monetizable views, Marissa only had 1.5 million. Now, we know what Marissa's watch time is because we have access, plus she showed us. It's 141,000 hours of watch time in 2019. And her annual revenue was $42,246, which is still more than what Vanessa made in 2019 with almost 5 times the amount of views. I am trying to record, if you don't mind. Stop screaming. So I took her 2019 numbers, just took what I could scrub out, and based off of her stats on her channel, I just plugged those in the best I could here in my spreadsheet. At the end of 2020, She had 397,000 subscribers, and so that's what would be in that report. She has 143 videos that show up on her channel, logging about 11.3 million views, which is significant. So I took the amount of views she had on her channel and I just kind of used the same relationship that the other two numbers had for 2019. And my assumption is that she's got about 9.3 million monetizable views on her channel for 2020. It's my guess. My assumption is that she's got about $48,000 in ad revenue for this year. She had a lot of growth in her channel. Remember, she had 161,000 subscribers last year, and she grew exponentially over this last year to over 400,000 subscribers. So Social Blade showed her as having 397 at the end of 2020. So that's the number that we used, but she's got more than that now. Girl's killing it. Okay, so this is just based off of what I think it is, and what I'm hoping is that she will release a video and then I can compare this to see if I was right. Who knows? So Vanessa, girl, put it in the comments. We need to know. Was I right? Let me know. Now let's cover their channel type, because although they all can be in the same niche, I would think, around the same niche, their channel types are different. For Jessica, it's education. Marissa, education. Vanessa, how-to. Cathrin, people. Gillian, how-to. And Roberto Blake is education. Can someone call Roberto? I hope you... Here's the part that I wanted to point out. What's difficult to see out of this? The amount of videos that they have up on their channel varies. We have Cathrin with 280, and then Jessica with 354, and you can see Cathrin's subscriber count is 3 times the amount of Jessica's, right? So are the views, so are the watch hours. Like, it's a pretty big difference. But the difference in what they're making really isn't that big. You can go check all this out, okay? They posted it on their channel. I'm just telling you about it. I think it's easy to assume that if you were to take subscriber count or views or watch time and you were to just do some math, then you would end up with a number that they would be making. That doesn't work. Even though their content type is the same, you would think that you would just be able to multiply it, right? So there's some discrepancies here. If that's the case, then why are Gillian's numbers so small in compared to other creators? Especially because she has around the same subscriber count as Roberto Blake, but she has literally a fraction of the videos that he has on his channel. She's generating more views, about twice the amount of watch hours, yet she made less than Cathrin Manning. It's literally not a secret what we're talking about here. I think it's pretty easy to point out that Marissa blew him out of the water. Also, again, take into account that she did not have any data for an entire month and she had to crawl out of that and recover. It was seriously sad. I was there. Here's what's important to note. Let's pretend that every view was a unique person who came to the channel. And so they just watched one time throughout the year. What would that session look like? Calling that a session for now. So let's go through it. This is what the average session would look like in minutes per view. Each one was unique, minutes per view. Well, what we can see here is one is not like the other. So now let's take a look at the AdSense. Like, how much are they making per view? By the way, you don't get paid for views. This is just my own, this is my math, this is what made sense to me, and this is what I'm sharing with you. Per view, we're looking at 1.5 cents for Jessica, about 3 cents for Marissa, almost a cent for Cathrin, almost a cent for Gillian, and 1 cent for Roberto. Remember, the session is as if every viewer came one time to their channel and viewed for a certain amount of minutes. That's what we're pretending here. We know that's not the case, but we're just going to pretend. So per session, 6 cents, 24 cents, 5 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. I would say everyone else is around the same markers except for Marissa. Why? Don't you want to know what her secret is? So what's the point? What's the point of talking about any of this? I hope you can see where I'm going with this. The point is, if you get caught up in vanity metrics like subscriber count or views, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to build your channel into a passive income money-making machine. Just look at some of the differences that you've seen here. Same amount of work, same amount of effort. My goodness, the same amount of editing. All of the steps are still there. They still put in the effort, a lot of effort. And I'm not knocking any of them, right? Like, they all deserve to be celebrated and they all deserve to be cheered for because they are truly inspirational and they're proving that it works. My point is, there are different ways of doing this. And just having those vanity metrics, although it does encourage more people to subscribe, more people to click, when they see those bigger numbers, it doesn't mean you're going to get paid more. And isn't that the point? So don't you want to know what she's doing differently? I think anybody who would watch this would want to know at this point, like, what the heck is Marissa doing? We know that being a YouTuber means wearing all of the hats at the same time. That means marketing, branding, you're filming, you're editing, you're doing it all. And if you're struggling to grow or scale your channel, and it's likely that you're missing some of the key components that are kind of like the glue that holds the snowball all together as it rolls downhill. If it's not packed tightly enough, right? If it's not dense, it would just crumble with every bump that it hit. Unlike these other channels, Marissa's is extremely dense. So as it continues to grow, it just continues to be more profitable. If nothing else, like, we can at least agree that it's really inspiring. Here for it all. I think it's pretty clear that the most important metric that you have access to is your watch time hours. So that obviously means that watch time is the most important factor in regards to getting paid with your YouTube channel. I just wanted to point out the differences. If for you, success on YouTube means getting monetized because you want to get paid, then you want to build your channel to be profitable. There's a difference, and the difference is not in vanity metrics. I'm not saying do not trust your YouTube studio. What I'm saying is understand the data. Take a look, get really familiar with it. And if something doesn't make sense, then make your own spreadsheet like I did. Pull it apart and put it back together and see if you end up with the same result. Regardless though, before you can make changes and before you can start to scale or improve anything, you have to be able to know how to measure the differences and the changes that you've made. This only comes down to one thing. Your watch time, your ability to hold people's attention, it really comes down to only one thing. Seriously? And that's nailing your niche. And that'll prevent people from watching. There's a ton of things. We're gonna talk about it. We're not talking about YouTube growth. That is not what my channel is about. My channel is about helping you build an online business, and some of the back work and some of the groundwork, and some of that is the internal work. Some of that is the mindset work that you have to do to get yourself prepared to run a business. Maybe you're thinking, gosh, I don't really have a defined niche. That's the first step. So here's a few things that you can do. You need to nail your niche. So I'll put the link to our workshop in the description below. It'll help you nail your niche in under 90 minutes, and we mean it. So go check that video out, and that'll kind of explain more of what that's all about. I won't do that here. But if you want to know what Marissa is doing different than all these other creators, then you got to come check us out. I want to say thank you to all the creators who have provided this information, and we're willing to be so transparent. Nobody has to show you their back end, right? And this video is not to make anyone look bad. They are all doing amazing. And can you even imagine there's so many creators out there that wish they could even make a fraction of this or just get monetized. So if you're still here, I want to thank you for hanging in here with me. Tell me what it is that you thought. Are you shocked? What were you thinking? Are you surprised to see some of these numbers? Did you see one of these videos before that these creators had put out and thought, oh my gosh, like regardless it's good, but are you thinking something different now? Whatever it is, I just want to know. So just put your thoughts down in the comments below and we will just start a discussion. Or maybe we can move this over to Clubhouse. Put your handle in the comments. Whatever it is, I want to continue this as a conversation. If you got value out of this video, like, share, subscribe, comment, you know what to do. All of those things in combination says you really, really appreciated what I put together, and I appreciate you for it. Though this video may help you make better decisions in growing your YouTube channel, my goal is to help you build a business. So if you want to build something that'll put profit in your pocket, my name is Angelique and I'm going to show you how. But here, it's where you can get started. Go check it out. Go check it out.